Hello, my first graders. We're going to do some review with my big clock. All right, so remember, just as a review, right, when the hour hand is pointing right to a number, that's when we say o'clock, right? When it's right to the number, we say o'clock. The minute hand goes up here at the 12. It's starting off fresh. There's no minutes. Now, when we take our minute hand, right, and it goes halfway around the clock, right? Half past. We look and we see, well, what number did it go halfway past? Well, it went halfway past this 9, right? It's in between the 9 and the 10. It didn't get to the 10 yet, right? Didn't get to the 10 yet. So our hour is still 9. So we say half past 9. Okay. Now, the other way that we say that, okay, when the minutes have gone halfway around is 9:30. Okay, 30 minutes have gone by. We count these by fives, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So when we've gone halfway around the clock, it's 30 minutes. All the way around the clock means it's gone by 60 minutes and we're ready to start fresh. But when it goes halfway around, it's 30 minutes. So this is 9:30. Okay, when it's halfway past, the minute hand goes down here on the 6. It went halfway around. It's halfway past the 9, right? It's in between. And the minute hand goes down here. So let's try another one. I want to do a little practice with this before today's lesson because they're all mixed together. Woo, time is flying by. Oop, and it got stuck on my old clock. All right. Let's look at it now. All right. What time is it? Well, let's look at the hour hand first. The hour hand's pointing right at the 4. So when it's pointing right at the 4, we say it's 4 o'clock, right? For o'clock, the minute hand goes up here on the 12, right? It's starting off fresh right at the top. No minutes, okay? 4 o'clock. But the time is going to keep ticking by. Look at this. Oh, here we go. This minute hand went halfway around the clock. So now the hour hand went halfway past. It's not touching anything anymore, right? Do you see that? It's in between. Actually, Miss Bell's got to line this up a little better. There we go. It's in between. So when it's in between the 4 and the 5, what number did the hour go half past? Well, the hour went halfway past the 4. So we say half past 4 o'clock, or we say 4:30, okay? Because 30 minutes have gone by. When it's halfway past, when it goes halfway past, we have to show the minute hand down here at the 6 to show that we've gone halfway through our clock. Okay, we'll do one more. You ready? What time is it now? The hour hand's pointing right at the 5. So we say it's 5 o'clock. The minute hand's at the top for o'clock, right? No minutes, starting off fresh at the top. O'clock. But the minute hand keeps on ticking by, and now it went halfway around my clock. The hour hand's pointing in between the 5 and the 6. Oh, my 6 is even covered up. See that there? Okay. So what number did it go halfway past? Well, it went halfway past the 5. So we can say half past 5 or 5:30. Okay. 30 minutes went by because it went halfway around. So half of our minutes are 30. Okay. The minute hand's down here on the 6. So today, that is what we're going to work on. We're going to look at clocks that sometimes have time to the hour and sometimes have time to the half hour or 30 minutes that have gone by. So let's take a look in our book. Hello, my first graders. Today we're working on page 555 in our math book. That's lesson 9.8. So when you turn to page 555, and we'll get started. So today we're taking everything we know and putting it together about the hour and the minute. Okay, so we're going to look at these clocks and decide what time is it. Okay, so we have now they finally put in our hour hand and our minute hand, just like we've been doing all the way through. Look at this. What do we know? Right, when the hour hand is pointing right to the 1, right, what do we say? What time is it? 1 o'clock, right? And there's our minute hand, right? For o'clock, we put it right at the 12. Okay, it says it is 1 o'clock. The hour hand points to the blank. So look at that hour hand. What is it pointing at? It's pointing at the 1. So it points right to the 1. The minute hand points to the, so where's our minute hand going when it's 1 o'clock? Points to what number? The 12, right at the top. Okay, right, so this is 1 o'clock. The hour hand is pointing right to the 1. The minute hand goes to the 12, right? O'clock. It's like we're starting from scratch at the top. All right, look at this clock. It is 1:30. So see the hour hand, right? It went halfway past the 1, didn't get to the 2 yet, halfway past the 1. The hour hand points between the blank and the blank. What 2 numbers is it in between? Well, it's in between the 1 and the 2. So we're going to write that down. Between the 1 and the 2. The minute hand points to the blank. So remember, when it goes halfway around, where does the minute hand go? To the 6. Very good. It's halfway around. All right. So let's take a look. The next page. An hour has 60 minutes. So remember, when you go around the clock, right, our minute hand keeps ticking away, goes around the clock. As it goes around the clock, we count those minutes, right? Count them by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Now, even though we count them by 5s, right, it really moves slowly around. So each time it moves, it's a minute. Now, take a look at my fake clock, right? See all those blue little knobs? In between the numbers, right, if we were to count all those little dashes, it's like they're each a minute. So let me move this, right? Put it over here. So that's 3, right? The hour hand's pointing to the right on the 3 o'clock. Look, and each time it moves, that's 3:01, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 minutes passed. So remember, we count these, that's why we count these by 10s, because there's lots of little minutes, there's 5 little minutes in between. So each time when we get to the next big number, 5 minutes have gone by. So that was 5, then there would be 10 minutes, right? It's like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. When it gets to 3, 15 minutes. Okay, so as it moves around, we count these numbers by 5s. And we said, right, when it goes halfway around, like it does here, right, when the minute hand goes halfway around the clock, 30 minutes have gone by. And we know that because we can count by 5s, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 minutes have gone by. Okay, so half of 60 is 30. So on this top clock, right, where the hour hand is pointing right to the 10, we say it's 10 o'clock. The minute hand goes up here on the 12, right? No minutes. We're starting all over again. The clock shows 10 o'clock. Here's what 10 o'clock looks like in digital time, right? Our 10, 2 dots, 0, 0. And here it is just plain on our analog. It's pointing, the hour hand points right to the 10. the minute hand goes on the 12. We say it's 10 o'clock. On this one, they had, instead of 10 o'clock, the minute hand went halfway around the clock. Look, the hour hand's in between. So when it's in between, we say it's 10:30, because it went halfway past the 10, and 30 minutes went by. So it's either 10:30, or on our digital clock, we write that as 10:30, because 30 minutes have gone past. Okay, so it's saying again, it moves from the 12 whoop, down to the 6, 10:30. And we write it, right? Looks like this on a regular analog clock. We write it 10:30. So what we've been working on is either o'clock or 10:30, which is 30 minutes. So today we're going to be working on filling in the digital time on these clocks. We're going to read them. I want you to be able to say what time it is, and then I want you to be able to write it. Okay? So write the time. So look at this. So let's look at our hour hand first. Our hour hand is not pointing at a number, is it? It's in between, right? So that tells us it's 10:30. What number did it go halfway past? 11. So we say 11 is our hour, 11 o'clock. Or when we write it in digital time, we say it's 11, look at it, 30. Remember, 10:30, it's the same thing as 11:30. If we forget, right, we count our minutes by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so 11:30 or 11:30. Look at this one. Look at the clock. Again, where's the hour hand? It's in between, right? What number did it go halfway past? It went halfway past the 12. So we write that hour in first because it's still 12. All right, so we say 12:30 or 12:30. So remember, if we need to count our minutes, right, we count the minutes by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 12:30, or we can say 12:30. Now look at this clock. Where's the hour hand pointing? Wait a minute. That hour hand's pointing right at the 4. So when it points right at the 4, we say it's 4 o'clock. So we have our 4, 2 dots, and remember for o'clock. O, right? Double goose eggs, those 2 zeros. 4 o'clock, and there it is. We're starting off fresh right at the top. Okay, no more minutes. 4 o'clock. All right, so be careful because our clocks are mixed. Some of them are going to show, right, that it's 10:30 or 30 minutes have gone by, and some of them are going to show o'clock where no minutes have gone by. All right, look at number 4. Okay, I want you to try number 4. Okay, you're going to try number 4. Pause, hit play when you're ready. All right, let's see, how do we do with number 4? All right, look at the hour hand. Oh, it's not pointing to a number, right? When it doesn't point to the number, it's showing us it went 7:30. So put that hour in, 7:30 or 7, what do we call that? 7:30. 30 minutes have gone by, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 minutes. All right, 7:30, 7:30 or 7:30. I want you to try number 5. What time is it? Play when you're ready to check. All right, take a look. The hour hand's pointing It's pointing right at the 9. So when it's right at the 9, we say it is 9 o'clock. And it's right at the number. It's right here at the 12, which is showing 0 minutes. Okay, let's do this one together. Look at the clock. What time is it? Well, it's not pointing, right? It's in between. So what did it go halfway past? Halfway past the 8. So we write that 8 in. 2 dots. All right, so instead of saying 8:30, we can say that, or we can say it's 8:30. Right, 30 minutes have gone by. Halfway is 30 minutes. All right, my first graders, I want you to try 7, 8, and 9. When you are done, hit play to check your work. All right, let's check and see how we did. So for this one, it was halfway, right? Halfway past the 3. So we should say 3:30, 3:30 or 3:30. This one, it pointed right at the 2. So when it points right to the number, we say it's 2 o'clock, right at the top. Just remember, it's either o'clock right here at the top or 30 right here at the bottom, 1/2 or 30. Look at this one. Hopefully you didn't get tricked on this one, right? So we look at our shorthand first, right? Our hour hand. Our hour hand's pointing right to the 6. So when it's pointing right to the 6, it's 6 o'clock. Okay, so just remember, always remember, look at your hour hand first, the short hand. And that short hand was pointing right to the 6. So the minute hand's up here at the top for o'clock. All right, if you need to pause to fix anything, go ahead. If not, I'm going to keep going. It says, circle your answer. Sarah goes to the park when both the hour hand and the minute hand point to the 12. What time does Sarah go to the park? So let's think about that. Let's look at our little clock. If the hour hand, what if we just forget about this minute hand for a minute? If the hour hand is pointing right to the 12, what time do we say that is? If it's pointing right to the 12, it's 12 o'clock, right? And look, if it's o'clock, the minute hand. So this is what they're having us picture. The hour hand and the minute hand are right here on this 12. Well, remember, if the hour hand is pointing right to the number, it's o'clock. So what time is it? Is it 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, or 12:30? Well, when it points right to the 12, it's 12 o'clock. And that's what 12 o'clock would look like. Both the hour hand and the minute hand would be on the 12. All right, math on the spot, so you can watch the video. Mel goes to the park when the hour hand points between the 3 and the 4, and the minute hand points to the 6. What time does Mel go to the park? Well, let's think about it. If it's in between, is it going to be o'clock or is it going to have 30 minutes pass by? If it's halfway in between. Yeah, the 30 minutes. So if it's in between the 3 and the 4, that means if it's in between, it means it would be 3:30. And let's take a peek at that on this clock. Right? It says the hour hand is in between the 3 and the 4. There it is, in between the 3 and the 4. Right? Remember, when it's in between, right, you have to look and see what number did it pass by. Well, it passed by the 3, so it would be 3:30. And the minute hand, okay, is down here at the 6, right? When the minute hand goes halfway around, right, it's 30 minutes, 3:30. And this is what our clock would look like. All right, you need to stop. Go ahead and turn in the page. Okay. Linda wakes up at 6:30. Draw to show what time Linda wakes up. All right, so let's think about this. If it's 6:30, right, that means that the minute hand went where? Where does the minute hand go for 30? Yeah, down here on the 6, it went halfway around. So our minute hand goes down here on the 6. 30 minutes have gone by. 6:30. Now, when we make this hour hand, if it's 6:30, is it going to point right at the 6? No, it only points at the 6 when it's 6:00. So it needs to be halfway past the 6. So this is what I find to help make the clock. I put a little dot in between the 6 and the 7, right? Because it went halfway past the 6. Put a little dot in between. And then where my dot is, I draw and connect it to the dot at the top. That helps me make my hands on the clock. So it's saying 6:30, right? Remember, o'clock is on the 12, but 30 minutes have gone by, so it goes halfway around. It's on the 6. All right. David left school at 3:30. Circle the clock that shows 3:30. Okay, so there's all these clocks. 3:30. So right away, I want you to think, where would the minute hand have to be if 30 minutes have passed by? Yeah, the minute hand would have to be on the 6, right? When 30 minutes have gone by, it means it went towards the bottom. So look at this one. We have to cross that one off, don't we? Because the minute hand did not go halfway around, right? That's right here on the 12, so that's an o'clock. All right, 3:30. So is it going to point right at the 3? For 3:30? No, it's going to be halfway past that 3. So look at these clocks. Which one shows the hour hand has gone halfway past the 3? This one right here, right? Here's my 3. Here's my hour hand. It went up past the 3, halfway past the 3. Look at this one. It went way past the 3, didn't it? It's in between the 4 and the 5. 3 is all the way up here. Nope, that didn't work. Look at this one. It's close to the 3, but did it get to the 3 yet? It didn't. The hour's still in the 2, 2:30. So that's why this is our only one. All right. Go deeper. The hour hand points halfway between the 2 and the 3. Draw the hour hand and the minute hand. Write the time. All right, so let's look at our first clue. The hour hand points halfway between the 2 and the 3. So here's our 2 and the 3. It says in between, right? Halfway between. So let's draw our dot, right? Somewhere between the 2 and the 3, like it said. And we'll connect our dot to the center dot to make our hour hand, okay? Now, it says we need our minute hand. Where does our minute hand go if it's in between the 2 and the 3? If it's halfway between, think halfway, where does it go? Is it going to go at the 12 or down at the 6? Down at the 6. So all the way through that 6. Very good. Remember, when it's halfway, right, or 30 minutes have gone by, we have to put it down at the 6. Now we need to write our time. Well, let's look at our hour hand first. It's in between. What number did it go halfway past? It went past the 2. So our hour's still the 2. 2 dots. 2. And what do we say when it goes down here at the 6? 2:30, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 2:30. 30 minutes have gone by. Half the clock, 30 minutes. All right. Choose all the ways that name the time on the clock. All right. So let's look. This says 7:30. Look at this. Did it go halfway past the 7? It did, right? It's not touching it. It went halfway past it. And look, do you see there's down on this, the minute hands on the 6, so it went halfway around. So 7:30. That works. This says 6:30. Well, look at that hour hand. Did it go halfway past the 6? No, 6 is all the way down here, right? It went halfway past the 7. So not that one. 8:30. Well, look at this. You just told me it went halfway past the 7. Did it get to 8 yet? No, so it can't be 8:30. When we say 7:30, it's the same as 7:30. The hour's still 7 and 30 minutes have gone by. So 7:30, 7:30. They are the same. All right, my first graders, we are going to go into Think Central. You're going to use your personal math trainer to do some more practice on lesson 9.8.